Alright, so Kiperina's story. We'll try the survey first before we do the story, since usually the survey takes long. So we'll do survey, then we'll start the story. Alright, let's see what kind of move she has. Reach for the stars, so mass debuff. Mass attack. So ultimate is mass debuff, but mass buff. Grants a shield, okay. So 2 waves. Oh. Alright. So she already buffed them with the shield, I guess? Let's see. Is this hers or was this?
Maybe take a deep breath. A wonderful dream. Stars.
So it looks like a tough battle if they're not going down that fast. Let's see that. Wait. Okay, that. Punch. Also, okay, that's Idealist is the one.
Do you have any requests for everyone?
All forms of power at your fingertips. We need simply rely on the microphysics of power.
I haven't leveled up Alphonse yet. Alright, so we'll probably use up most of the ones that have the counters on them. Two. But if I combine it, does it turn to 4? Oh, it turns. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was 4 already. Okay, let's see. So instead of moving, we'll just do. Oh, we'll just combine itself.
Do you have any requests? Saxophone sent. Aventura loosens the melody.
14 improbable.
For everyone. Goodbye.
Okay, silenced. Was that 14? Wait, Okay. Mass attack. So I think that's Kiperina's one. Kiperina. We'll buff her.
Maybe take a deep breath. Saxophone sent.
Well, we're gonna see the ultimates for the next wave once they come out. Hopefully this knocks them out.
All forms of power at your fingertips.
Please enjoy.
Okay, nice. So we got a mass debuff. Survey stage health numbers are so. Yeah, yup. Let's do. Okay, mass debuff, buff.
Always arguing.
That and which one are you doing? This is. Wait a sec. So I'll do that her next. So that.
A wonderful journey.
Buff.
No, he'll know what to do.
But the ones that give us a counter thing does a lot of damage though.
A blessing bestowed by fate.
Now for the crescendo with fortissimo tutti.
So welcome in, Amazing Chili.
Stars.
Let's see. So that does so much damage. So that's what we're gonna do. Anything that has any counters on them.
Don't take a wrong step. I've got your back. Konnichiwa!
Welcome in, Enemy Fire. So let's do the. Wait, so what is this a debuff, right? Sub channel. Oh.
Always arguing.
Saxophone sent. A bandura?
Yeah.
You wish. Hold your breath.
Current shield. Alright, let's do buff again.
The
That.
symbol of beauty. Is this truly what we've been searching for?
Listen up. If only for an instant.
Let's see how much the
Bestowed by fate.
extra damage does. Hopefully it takes it to half.
That seems dangerous.
Nope.
Like Yarka, VTuber. I've got your back.
Yeah, I guess not, yeah. 5. So 11.
Do you have any requests?
Oh, wait, did one of my guys die? Oh, wait, oh. Wait a sec. So, let's see. Attack.
Maybe. Saxophone sent. A bandura? As you wish.
Okay.
Do you have any requests?
Futile, all of it. Nothing but a mockery of capricious fate.
Let me help. Wait. I dedicate this song to you. Listen to the melodies of winds and waves.
Is this truly what we've been searching for?
Listen up. If only for an instant.
Nice!
Was I able to take care of everyone?
That's from the impromptu damage. I didn't think it was go that high. Or it kept on accumulating more damage for each hit. Yeah, like, it kept on getting higher for each hit. Yeah. I like none of the other characters are doing. Like I think the other characters' attacks or moves are like not doing that much damage, so we just build up the numbers. Oh yeah, I didn't read the first part. So we're doing Kiperina's story, Doomsday, and the days after. Farewell to a tomorrow swept by rain, journeying forth on a long campaign. The past whispers of spring reframes. Really? Alright, we'll find out, or I'll find out. Yeah, because I had to lurk in other people's channels since they were doing the story, so. Stage 1, Earthbound. Again and again, she has been haunted by the same dream. In it, her eyes are clouded by mist, and when she tries to speak, her words come out garbled. She is wrapped in a vast void, boundless and bare. Terror seizes her. She opens her mouth and lets out her first cry. But her faint cry is swallowed by the howling of the storm, its cruel wind tearing all things asunder. Somewhere deep within, she sensed the vastness of the world she entered, yet not a single corner of it feels meant for her. So according to verse 99 standard, it isn't one of the saddest, but most of what happens is expected. I'm wondering when the circus master finds her though. Wasn't he the one that found her? She begins to slip into unconsciousness, but vaguely, through the cold, she hears the bark of a dog and feels a warm, wet snout against her numb face. Easy now, easy, settle down, you cheeky girl. What you found this time? Don't tell me it's another little bear. Oh dear. His smile vanishes into a look of open shock. Urgent footsteps steps into soft snow, reaching her ears, and then the world spins around her. You poor child, look at you, chilled to the bone. Those tiny little hands, like ice. He holds her close to him, tucking her under his coat. The world shrinks in an instant. But this cramped place holds such warmth. The howling storm can no longer reach her. Her frozen limbs begin to thaw, and a deep sense of safety settles in. You're safe now, little one. There's nothing to fear. Yeah, good thing she was found. Good for the dogs. 1, 2, 3. No more, no less. Just 7. Just how it was before I left. The girl gives a satisfied nod as she turns her gaze away from the tropical fish in the tank. After days of observation on her return from space, the end of her long quarantine feels like stepping out from another world. At last, it seems like she has her feet planted on solid ground again. But a drifting voice halts the smile rising onto her lips. In fact, I ordered 10, but with the storm, logistics has been a complete mess. The leader said unless one of us is dying from a severe ornament fish fillet deficiency, we have to wait our turn for the next exotic fish list. He breeds these new ones by himself, and because he thinks our lovely little teleport disc will save him a ton of trouble someday, he loans them to us from his personal collection.
Are you saying that? It's not the same pause as before.
Oh, wait, so it's a different fishes? Namusuline lifts one of her hidden siblings from the coil of her hair. So, listen up, you lots. No sticking snacks this time, or we're paying for it, and we don't have that kind of money. Massafin, that's your fault for insisting on recreating the exact same lab as this branch. Let it go already. This is all that mouthy, overcharging salamander's fault. We haven't even got this month's allowance yet, and you're already splashing cash around like it's rose on trees. We are still working on the date Kiperina brought from the space. Maintaining a consistent research environment will help keep our thinking on track, no? Hold on. Did I hear one of your snakes accuse me of overcharging? My prices are completely fair. Hell, I gave you them for practically a steal. Don't underestimate the pricing on getting identical tables and chairs in times like these. It's not exactly easy to get your hands on them. The tiny salamander has stirred from its nap and launches into the spat with the serpentine siblings. But their loud commotion seems almost impossibly distinct to Kiperina.
The storm.
And reversed.
Depression.
Just saying, the world seems to strike her with an unexpected harshness, as though she hasn't been ready for it. She tries to avert her eyes, but she's drawn back to the echo tank again. The fish darts swiftly through the water. She used to feel so much joy watching them, but then they're not the same ones as before.
They're gone.
A wave of dizziness sweeps over her. She feels like she has returned to the weightless void of space, but now, without the company of the stars. In the endless darkness, a colossus presence stirs. A pulse catches her, and she begins to fall.
So, what's your plan?
Her fading awareness is drawn back to Earth by an envelope waving her eyes.
He sees.
Knew it! You were all floating into the stratosphere again, weren't you? Voila! This is a letter from the San Pablo Foundation, addressed to the esteemed astronaut, no less. Seems the Foundation quite interested in what we pulled off, so they're teaming up with the Laplace to throw a banquet meet scholarship exchange short of stew to celebrate. Everyone on the list, names you know, more than a few you won't.
What should that know? I just.
Did what I could. It really isn't something worth celebrating. Maybe there might be something else I would be doing, like... She paused for a moment, then lets the words leave her lips.
About the storm.
Are there any updates of the storm, or could there be something I can do to help? She longs for good news, though she could not possibly explain what kind of news she was hoping for exactly. But all she has met with is a composed expression on Elizabeth's face.
About that.
The data you brought back has definitely been helpful. We've already made great progress. But you're with Laplace now. You have to understand, when it comes to a problem like the storm, it won't be solved quickly. The researcher gives the little astronaut friend a gentle pat on the shoulder.
Be patient.
You've done your part. Now it's time for us office-bound eggheads to take over. Then sure, we don't usually say things like this, but come on. You just came back from space. You nearly died up there. What you need right now is a bit of rest and relaxation, not work. The little astronaut brow remains furrowed.
You know what?
Here, take this. I got a zip drive. 3 familiar items, along with the invitation, and pressed into Kiperina's arms. These are teleport discs we used before, yes? They're new and improved, based on the data from your trip. In theory, you only need to think of the destination to trigger these things. The banquet is in a week. If you can't sit still till then, it might be a perfect chance to help us test them out and collect a bit of real data, no? A subtle light returns to the girl's sky blue eyes.
No problem.
Miss Elizabeth, you can leave it to me. But I thought it hits her, and she falters again.
But.
But to use them, I need a destination to teleport to.
Where should I go?
Elizabeth smiles, perfectly at ease. It's all up to you. Kiperina closes the office door behind her and lets off a soft sigh.
Miss Kiperina.
Is something the matter? I'm surprised to see our brave astronaut looking so glum. So is anyone excited about the Assassin's Creed collab coming out in August? So we lost the 50-50 for the Kiperina, so that should guarantee us to get Enzo if he's the first banner one. I'm not sure if it's Enzo that's gonna be the first banner or if it's Cassandra, right? But we're gonna be well, for the Assassin's Creed part, I do want to get Enzo. I'm not sure how Cassandra's gonna be like, and I'm not sure who the name of the 5-star is. Oh, they don't. So that means I should still keep on rolling for Kiperina. All right. Okay. That's good to know. So I'll keep on rolling for Kiperina and see how we do. And hopefully we get lucky with Enzo. I don't think I need both. I know it's gonna be I know they're gonna be limited, so. Yeah, he's a 5-star, right? Because I believe we get, besides the Roaring Essence free, is that also included with the 40 pulls or 40 wishes? And then we'll hopefully get the monthly discount ones, which gives us, what is it, like 10 of the Unilog wishes. So stage 2. Okay. A rather surprising duo approaches from the far end of the hallway. Wait, but for the besides the free, you mean the two free deck? Is that like is that the banner characters or is that a separate banner? Oh. I assume Hezebeth summoned you to tell you about the banquet, yes? It's Voyager.
Nothing. I'll do whatever I must do.
You must be going to the banquet too, won't you?
Yeah.
We'll all be there. Name Day discreetly eyes the teleport disc clutched onto her chest. Then, reading the moon, steers conversation elsewhere. But before the banquet, your little friend and I need to make a little trip to one of the Foundation's branches. The mention of her friend immediately captures Kiperina's attention.
Are you saying that?
You and Voyager, may I ask what for?
So the thing is,
You saw how Voyager experienced all those unusual arcane fluctuations. Given the Foundation's interest and the fact that Voyager hasn't been formally registered yet, they'd like her to visit ahead of time. So just wondering, like, I know isn't it like Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 where the satellites where the first satellite got missing, but wouldn't the missing one be this Voyager that's became like a human? That's what I'm thinking, right? I'm not sure if that's gonna be wrong or right. That way, we can complete the formalities before the banquet, and if time permits, I believe the scholars at headquarters are hoping to learn a little more about her. A journey. The road is so beautiful. Following Voyager's meaningful glance towards name day, Kiperina understands what her friend is trying to say. You mean the road has beautiful sight along the way, so you're happy to go? I remember you mentioned that even the nearest Foundation branch is still very far from here, right, Mr. Nameday? I don't really know where Voyager is from, but sometimes she seems a little unfamiliar with such basic things. I'm not sure. Wait, so the Voyager probe didn't went missing, but the one lost weight equal to the golden disc. Yeah, because I know they showed that like the artwork for it, but yeah.
Don't worry.
She can take care of herself, and besides... He turns his head, glancing over the delicate and seemingly harmless girl beside him. Voyager can wield that arcane skill of hers quite proficiently. I think she'll be able to get out of any trouble we might find ourselves in.
But
His work don't do much to ease her mind, until her friend smiles up at her. I want to go. Want to see this planet.
you mean
You want to travel the whole world? So you already decided what you want to do next. The excitement in her friend's eyes lifts Kiperina's spirit, though it comes with a strange unspoken matronally. Brushing off the odd sensation welling up inside, she lets herself smile in return.
alright?
If you made up your mind, I won't stand in your way.
However, be careful on the road ahead.
Don't go talking to strangers, and certainly don't accept any food from them. She holds out her fingers, counting out every precaution she can think of. You know you could come too, if you like. That way, Voyager will have someone to keep her company. After the paperwork's finished, we'll head to the banquet together. The invitation is tempting, but after a brief pause, Kiperina shakes her head.
Thank you. But no.
I already promised Miss Hezebeth I'll help her with her research.
I think I have my own destination.
It's simply that she hasn't found it yet.
Excuse me, Mrs.
I just need to double check something with you.
Just a while ago.
I happened to pass Kiperina in the hall just now. She seems a little out of sort. We agreed she'd stay at the branch and rest up properly for a few days.
Sorry, what's going on?
But she told me she intends to continue assisting with your research. Sorry, what's going on? Name day typically courtesy seems to have fallen by the wayside as he bites straight into the pen. But to the point. Despite that, Hezebeth is as cool as ever. You think we didn't want to give her a break? She beat us to it before we could even open her mouth. I just brought up the banquet, and she practically had an allergic reaction to like, no, I don't need a party. I just need to work. Fate has a sick laugh in your expense. But what do? Act like nothing happened? Brush off the pain? Rushing headfirst into the next big noble cause?
I just don't get it.
It seems like everyone here can't help but be Martra. Yes, including myself. Yes, myself included. The Mussolini shakes her head and tosses the files she was reading onto the desk, rougher than she should. I made her an excellent little astronaut, I admit it, but honestly, I don't understand where it comes from. For a brief moment, the young man is at loss for words. Staying busy sometimes is the best way to help you stop thinking. She might believe she chose her path and brace herself for the consequence. But knowing something is knowing something is coming isn't much help when you actually experience it.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
To send her out into the world so soon after her first storm. Though he favors a more measured pace, it's clear the person across from him sees things differently. If she takes things slow, I think she'll even more likely to go mad. She's the kind of to charge in before she knows which way is up. It's a good thing. It means she's tough. But I'll bet she's better than any of us at finding the right balance.
Before she sets sail, she needs to decide on a destination for herself.
To be continued. So it's what, special 3? So wait, so is this like a mini game thing? If it's, I see stages and then it's a special. So there's 3 specials and the rest are stages. Let's see. Part 3, Doomsday. Kiperina reaches the end of the hallway, wearing a heavy frown, then turns back, her steps tracing the same path again and again. Come on now. Don't tell me you have... Wait, come on now. Don't tell me you haven't made up your mind. The salamander pops his head out with restless impatience. So Miss Snakehead just wants you to test those new teleport discs. Am I right? Come on, kid. Sound to me like you got a free pass to go anywhere. But where is anywhere? The world is just so big.
I'm sorry.
I think my indecision has wasted your time. Her remorseful face makes Hanzo squirm a little. It rubs his skin, not sure of what to say. Ah, you got nothing to apologize for. I'm the one who decided to tag along. These teleport discs are going to be hot stuff soon, but Laplace isn't likely to be offering them up to the public just yet. Which means, if they want to keep digging into how things actually work, and I don't want to keep begging that mean snakehead, then I'll just have to ride your coattail for the next little while. Listen, wherever you go, I go. If you take a couple extra minutes, so what? It's not the end of the world. Take your time. Think all you like. Something in his phrasing catches Kiperina slightly off guard.
The end of the world.
I used to believe in all those prophecies about the end of the world. I remember once when I was 5, when we performed in a town where there's a little old fortune teller lady.
She said that one day, all that we love will be gone.
The earth will split open, then the water will rise. I remember being so frightened when I heard that. I rushed into the tent and hugged Miss Kozlov tight. I didn't even say anything. He was worried about me for a long time after that. A thought drawn to her mind and spreads across her face.
I still remember.
It was in Merman's. It was where Mr. Kozlov found me. He told me about it when we returned there for a performance. It was 10 years ago.
The year was 1977.
Oh, sounds like you might want to pay that place a visit. She hesitates, then nods, her face resolute and certain.
Yes.
She pulls out the first teleportation disc. She whispers the destination in her mind, invoking the teleport ritual. She takes a deep breath.
My destination is Murmansk.
Scattered memories of the city flood hurts. Wait, city. Scattered memories of the city floods her mind. The ships in the port, the towering statues, memories flowing away in reverse to a distant past. A warm coat shields her from the snowstorm, and a tent provided a canopy for a small world filled with laughter and joy. The ritual takes hold. The disc shakes in her grasp, and without warning, another word surfaced in her thought: home. So even after improvement, the teleportation dish still requires unwavering focus. Block out all distractions, fix your mind on the destination, and let it carry you away. Use the joystick to tilt the screen and roll Kiperina's marble along. Tap here to switch control schemes between right joystick, gyroscope, and left joystick mode. So let's see how this. Wait, how do I use the gyroscope? What? Oh. Oh, the marble's up there. I thought it was on the bottom. Like I said, come on. Keep rolling. Oh no, too far. We did it. Perplexity weakens one resolve. Giving in to it will cloud Kiperina's mind and disrupts the teleportation. Avoid these obstacles at all costs. A single spark of light can calm a troubled show. That's the aurora within Kiperina displays the haze of perplexity. So where's my marble anyway? Oh, there. Also, we had to take that one off. And let's see. So you gonna roll that. Is that gonna hit it though? Or I could wait. Let's do this one then. Wait, so let's see this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Then going this way. Or let's see if that works. Okay, Joy-Con. Nice. We did it! Heads up, your dear Aunt Natalia is making her grand entrance. In the distance, a slender figure steps into the tent. Oh my gosh, it's like she can really fly. The crowd holds her breath. Even the gas holds hushed and hesitant. She walks a while, barely a fingertip. A single step could send her pummeling from dozens of meters above. Yet she moves as she's walking on solid ground. From afar, it looks like as she's just walking on thin air. Finally, she reaches the far end and greets the audience with a pose salute. After a moment of stunned quietude, the thunderous applause bursts forth. Amazing! Yatrin Yaya, truly amazing! With a sea of applause, the man smiles down at the little girl beside him. There, you see? Nothing to worry about. Aunt Natalia is not going to fall. Andrea's knives won't miss, and Bonjour is not going to suddenly go to chop on your sister's Lena. We picture a big top, but good and strong, and no storms taking it down. Even if the ground shakes or water comes rushing in, we'll still be safe inside. That's why you must smile, Allah. So it's Aliyah? It's, Aliyah. Yeah, I think that's what Aliyah. Forget what the fortune teller said, child. The world's not ending, not anytime soon. The cold wind howls, and the deep snow makes every step a struggle. But none of it slows her down.
I'm almost.
Not much further. It's just ahead. I remember it so clearly. The circus is right over there, by that little lake. Hello, hello. She hears a faint voice call out to her, but there's nothing besides her besides the white snow. Down here! Following the voice, she glanced down. A small head emerges from the opening of her coat. What is it, Mr. Lizard?
I'm sorry.
I got distracted while using the disc. I think we ended up a little off course.
Almost there.
But I promise we're almost there. The little salamander leaps up in a burst of outrage. Lizard? What lizard? I'm a salamander. Oh, really?
I'm sorry.
I guess I never knew the difference. Its little head shakes. No, that's not even what I wanted to say. What I wanted to ask is, where are we really headed? I mean, you get what I'm saying, don't you? Shards of frozen snow whip against her skin, and the wind roars quietly, hands San's voice to a whisper. Huh, Mr. Mr. Salamander, what did you just say? What I'm saying is, no more, don't everything. The storm rages, the whipping snow covering the word of the tiniest salamander. Please, get back in my coat for now. It's too windy out here. The icy gas hits her face like a sharp blade. Her skin started to flush with odd, feverish warmth. I was careless. It's so cold here. I should have thought it a thicker coat. She pauses, uncertain. Maybe it would be better to head back after all. But with her current goal so close, Kiperina pushes her stifling leg forward. All sense of caution begins taken with the wind. It seems almost second nature to her.
Almost there.
She has been moving blind against the onslaught of snow, wandering much longer than she planned. The stiffness and cold in her legs begin to radiate across her body. There it is! She finally sees what she's been holding for, and her snow-covered boots, heavy with cold, begin to move with miraculous speed.
This is it.
This is it, over the small slope. That's where the circus was. He climbs up to the peak of the slope and finds himself solid. Nothing there.
That's odd. Why?
She looks around as if in a daze, but her view tilts and spins with every turn of her head. Then a muffled impact of heavy object falling into the snow. Huh? After a moment, her brain suddenly registers. The heavy object was her. I said, that's enough. You're freezing to death, kid. Keep going like this and you're done for. Where are the other teleport discs? Hand them over. I'm taking you back. Something scrambles on her chest, shouting words she could barely make out. Go back? Back to where? Kiperina remembers the words that drifted to her through the storm. Just stop, kid. Where are you even going? Don't you remember? Everyone from your circus are swept away by the storm. Oh, I forgot. What am I saying? I couldn't ever forget. Miss Elizabeth told me everything.
Here we go.
And then her conscience begins to slip away. But this time, there won't be anyone to shield her with a coat, to time and craft a tiny haven from the storm. All that she loved has vanished. For her, the end of the world has already come. What's he doing? But a sight and touch fades. He catches a faint sound. Well, there's always next time. It sounds like footsteps. But how could that be? Yet the sound grows nearer with each passing moment. At last, the voice rings out through the howling wind. Different from the one she has hoped for, yet it is unmistakably real. Heavens! Come on, child. Pick yourself up, please. As her left shred of consciousness fade, two arms, warm and strong, just like she remembers, wrapped around her. To be continued. Guide the orb to the destination. Okay. We're on stage 4. A warm place in the north. The soothing sound of a faint metallic click reaches her dreams, and Kiperina stirs up from her slumber. The room is slightly old-fashioned but warm. The wind still howls, shaking the windows from the outside, but within this little sheltered world, it soon fades away. Kiperina props herself up in bed, the thick blanket sliding down her chest. No wonder I feel so warm. Her companion, along with his waiting dwelling, leaps onto her belly. You're finally awake! You scared the life out of me. If I let anything happen to you, everyone back home will turn me into salamander jerky. Hey now, don't try getting up yet. She said you need to warm up your hands and feet a little longer. She? Hansan gestures outwards as a woman in her 30s step out from what looks like the kitchen. That's right, dear. Just rest for a while. The frostbite already been taken care of, but the ointment will work better if you keep it and you warm. Come now, let me tuck you in. Oh, okay. Her tone is warm and easy. Kiperina pauses for a moment, then lies back down without protest. Were you the one who saved me? I don't know how to thank you enough. If it weren't for you, A tray laden with steaming soup, bread, and roasted sausages placed in Kiperina's bedside. Anyone would have done the same. Falling down in the snow like that, the cold could have killed you. You go ahead and eat something now.
Thank you.
Larissa sure knows her way around the kitchen. Not to worry, I already tasted the food for you. Kiperina sits up, placing the tray on her lap. She thinks she isn't hungry at first until the aroma of the food fills her nose. I suppose I could eat. The sausage and bread soon fills her empty stomach, mixing with a hot soup that brings a comforting warmth that spreads out as it's seeping through her bones. The gloom in her heart fades, as she feels a sudden surge of renewed energy. How are you feeling? A little better?
Yes. I'm doing much better.
The woman furrows her brow. My dear, your face is still telling me otherwise. Kiperina falls silent for a moment. Shame and regret begins to surface, rising like a steam from her bowl.
I just...
Never thought it could be so simple. That a simple bowl of soup and a blanket can make you feel like this. Losing something is important. Never seeing the people you love again. But does this mean people can just go on living as if nothing has changed? Her hands shake, yet her eyes are barely dry. If only she had shed a tear, perhaps it would bring a little relief. But there's nothing there.
Is everyone like this? Or is it only me?
You. Hanzo opens his mouth, as if on the verge of speaking, but the words don't come out. The only sound in the room is the wind slipping through the cracks in the door. After a moment, warm hands gently rest on Kiperina's shoulder. That's not it, child. I don't know what you've been through, but I can tell that you're strong. And there's nothing wrong with being strong. Your family will never hold that against you, so... Her hands gently cradle Kiperina's face. Lift your head, dear. She meets blue eyes as clear as the bright sky. Then a strange realization strikes her, as if she's seen those eyes before. Before she can clarify her thoughts, she finds herself speaking. You. All at once, her world is swallowed by darkness. Literally. Huh? Why'd the light go out? Oof. What did I just bump into? Oh no, it must be the generator acting up again. The machine's been around since they retired it from the drilling site years ago. We just fixed it up last month. I guess that fix didn't take. Let's light a candle for now. I think there's one more around here. Just a moment. The sound of rummaging through boxes moves sporadically around until after a moment a faint candle flickers, casting out a dim light. At least we can see each other. But I'm not sure we can hold out until the snow stops. This may be tricky. The generator. Kiperina thinks for a moment until lifting the blanket from herself. Maybe I can fix it. Can I take a look? To be continued. Stage 5. Days of Yore. Yes, that's the ticket. After a few flickers, the light inside the room comes back on. Impressive. Where did you learn how to tinker with machines like that? Kiperina falters for a moment until the woman's admiring eyes. Have you heard of those old stories about the end of the world? I used to believe in them, so I studied a lot about things like homemade generators and survival skills. I thought that with enough preparation, I could protect everything around me from disaster, but in the end, it didn't make a difference. She realized this isn't a topic she is eager to discuss right now. She looks around the room. It's strange, though. For a home, it lacks a certain live-in quality. As if holiday cabin, it feels too much.
Speaking of which,
What is this place? This cabin used to belong to a bear hunter. I made some changes, bought in some furnishing. For now, it's just a hut open to all weary travelers. I will never turn anyone away. Noticing Kiperina's questioning look, the woman smiles. You think it's a little odd, don't you? Why would I be out here in such a remote place? I have my reason. We're about 10 kilometers west of Zapola Arna. To the northwest, there's a drilling site. I work as a doctor there, and my husband is a mechanic. That's quite far on foot. Yes, it took quite a while to get out here, but I didn't expect the weather to turn against us like this. The woman stares at the window as the snow continues to pile outside. The storm doesn't seem like it will let up anytime soon. Let's just pass the time, then. It all began a long time ago. Back then, my husband and I were still young. We have good jobs in the city. Then, one day, he came home rushing with a pile of paper.
Look at this.
These fools are insane. You want to dig a deep well, digging through the earth all the way to the deepest depth. It's not for oil or any other minerals, but just to find out what's at the earth's core. Tell me, is there really anything more ridiculous than that? The man points to a line on the paper, his face glowing with a beaming smile. They're recruiting, and they need mechanics and a doctor.
How is it going?
So, what do you say, Larissa? We stayed for several years. Our first child was even born in their dormitory. Welcome in, Luna. How's everything? Yeah, I heard. It's sad, like little, not as sad, but heartwarming. How's your day? Doesn't it all seem ridiculous to you? No, it's not like that. Whether it's the Earth core or the edge of the universe, discovery is always valuable. Alright, we'll see. Being like that might be related. Or maybe it's, unless it's like the maybe like a granddaughter or something. We'll see. No one's person can complete such a massive task. But if everyone does what they can, it's not impossible. Arsene, my husband, he often said the same thing. From the woman's fading smile, Kiperina sensed something amiss.
are you saying that?
The project was not going well? There were many difficulties that we haven't anticipated, but in the end, we worked together to overcome them. The deeper the well went, the more we believed that one day we will uncover the mystery down below. Until they claimed we had opened the gates of hell. I heard it. There was no question. That sound could only come from hell itself. You think that's bad? I seen it with my own eyes. I was smoking outside a few nights ago when I saw this freakishly tall figure near the kettles. I didn't really know what I was looking at. How could a person possibly be 2 or 3 meters tall, eh? And that was the night those dogs died. That thing was only about 10 meters away from me at the time. We gotta stop this thing. Who knows what we could let out. The crowd's fears spread like a wildfire. But in the end, a bright, cheerful laugh drowns out the flame. Enough, enough, comrades. You don't really believe all that silly talk, do you? That sound was just the wind. As for the bears, Yako and the others are already chasing it down.
I see.
Everyone's been worn out lately, but pull yourself together, comrades. Didn't we train for this? We're standing on the crust. Beneath that is the mantle. And the more horror of discontinuity is in between. Where do you think hell is supposed to be? Sometimes all it takes is a single voice from the flames of anxiety to subside. Arsene has always been that way. He hasn't changed since we first met. At times, it's almost like a kid still, always causing trouble. But when he takes the lead, people can't help but follow him. Pride shines in the woman's eyes, but her smile changes. He should have stood up like that. That evening, I was called to attend to a worker with a sudden fever, leaving Arsene to watch over our eldest daughter in the dormitory. The next morning, we found him lying in the snow. Blood ran from the house all the way outside, and our child was gone. They call it a punishment from hell itself. So the child... so would that mean the child could have been Kiperina? Stage 6. Between the wind and the snow. Kiperina is left speechless for a moment. She never imagined the story would take a turn like this.
I'm so sorry.
That's just a horrible thing to happen to you. The one who should apologize is me, child. Such a tale, no one will feel happy hearing it, eh? I hadn't planned to say all this, but somehow, it's just an odd thing. I hope I haven't upset you. The story clutches at her heart, and the question lodged in her throat, one that another listener asked on her behalf. Wait, seriously? You mean a monster from hell attacked your husband? No, how could that be? The well only a meter wide, how could anything dangerous have come from it? The woman offers a strange smile that slowly turns cold. Besides, I'm a doctor. His wounds was caused by a knife. And I found a blood-stained knife a few meters away. So, I brought the hounds in and had them follow the scent to track down the monster. Was it... Who was it? Was it somebody he knew? The hounds barked wildly at a fearful face peeked out from the shadows of the building. A face he recognized. Mr. Vasily. What are you doing here? Is that blood on his clothes? He's the one! Grab him! Vasily was a pitiful man. I'd known him for a long time. He came to my mother's clinic late one night, carrying a strange old man in his arms. Back then, he was the most kind-hearted young man in town, and everyone loved him. I used to help at her clinic. Every time he walked by, he'll take a chocolate from his pocket and say it was a treat for good kitties. She closes her eyes and paused for a moment. When I saw him again at the drilling site, I could hardly believe I was looking at the same man. He would have been in his early 40s then, but he was hunched and gaunt. If someone told you he was 60, you would have believed it. She sighs, eyes filled with sympathy, but there is something darker in it. Was it anger? Or hatred? Maybe both. Perhaps neither. Kiperina cannot say for sure. In the end, she simply asked in a whisper,
What happened?
to make him like that. He never spoke of his past. I only learned of it from the others. He said something he shouldn't have when he was drunk, and the following day, he was taken away. Nobody heard from him for a long time. They said he was sent to Yokoto mines. Arsene once shared a dorm with him. He said that he often woke up in the night screaming. He said that Vasily always claimed he didn't say anything wrong and that he knew who informed on him, but every time he would tell us a different name. Whoever it was, that place broke him, and he no longer believed in anyone or anything. The kind gentleman I knew as a child might as well already be dead. Is that why he did something so terrible?
How is she?
I mean, your daughter. Our child? My most precious treasure? She vanished. Curious, very curious. She should be right here. Ugh. The butt of the rifle hits his back, and the man tumbles into the snow. Talk now! This old man's been out of his mind all day. He probably doesn't even remember. The whole thing is a mess. The snow keeps coming down. That child is small, and this weather. The man on the ground leaps up as if scorched by the snow. I don't remember. Please, just listen to me. We can't keep drilling. The sound from below. I know those sound. Something horrible is going to happen. Something very bad. They're going to take us all there. To hell. I won't go back there. He screams. His voice eventually falters and fading. I just wanted to threaten you. I was planning to hide the girl to make it seem like a warning from a demon, so that you and Arsene would stop. Without you, everyone else would agree to end this. I didn't think I would wake him. I brought the knife for a little courage. I never imagined I thought... Larissa, please forgive me. Then, the police took him away. I never saw him again, and they never found a girl. I don't know if I truly hate him. He was a pitiful old man, driven insane by his hardship, but I know that I can't forgive him for what he's done. I just hope to never see his face again. Kiperina has no response to the woman's story, only an ache of sympathy. Reality cannot be changed, and any consolation she offers will be futile gesture. She understands that more than anyone else. I'm just a mushy little salamander. I just can't handle stuff like this. The little salamander squirts his tail and hangs his head over the side of the container. The cabin falls into silence. Until, at last, Kiperina sees the woman's eyes lift up and out of the window. Oh, will you look at that? The snow stopped. It really has. Do you see those two small hills over there? Kiperina moves closer to the window. You mean those two there side by side? That's where he said he left our girl in the desert between them. He wanted to shelter her from the wind. She was somewhere around there. Kiperina finally understands.
That's why
So that's why she comes here so often.
you're still looking for her?
It's the only thing I have to go on. Someday, I imagine that I might see a kind old woman holding a little girl's hand saying, I found you here many years ago, you know. Who knows? It's possible, isn't it? The woman offers a heartbreaking smile, and Kiperina feels again at the loss to speak. A child left alone in the snow. How could she have survived? It's impossible. Well, take a miracle if someone finds her by accident. Hold on. The radiation hits her like a bullet, ricocheting around in her chest.
And your child was...
Lost around here during a snowstorm. When did this happen? Did she have her name stitched onto her blanket?
What was her name?
The idea seems impossible to consider, but as soon as the thought enters her head, it cannot be dismissed. The chaos leaves her mind blank, and Kiperina holds her breath. After a long pause, she watches the woman open her mouth confusedly. Dacia. Her name was Dancia. She's my oldest daughter.
Oh,
I see. Is it a disappointment or relief she feels in the pit of her stomach? She responds blankly, pausing as if unsure to what to say next. Fortunately, the sound of the door opening breaks the pause before it looms too heavily. Mama! I knew you were here, Mama, but you didn't tell us this time. Who's this lady? I'm wondering if it's like the wording was different from if when Kozlov found her if it meant something different for him, but it felt like that it could really be her mom. All right, so message from afar. But also with the storm happening, if she already lost her family, would this be like? I'm like, I guess somehow they survived the storm, or maybe they're just totally different people. I guess. Antoine, Eula, how many times do I have to tell you? Why won't you ever listen to me? It's such a long journey here. What if something has happened to you during that storm? In response to the woman's scolding, the boy points towards the door. We didn't come here on our own. Alicia came with us. What am I to do with all of you? Caught between laughter and tears, the woman rubs her forehead in exploration, while two sets of curious wide eyes direct their attention to Kiperina. Mama, is she Dacia? Is this our sister? Are you Dacia? The woman knocks gently on the little heads. You're avoiding my question, and why do you think everyone we meet must be Dacia? Dacia still has a few years more before she grows up as tall as this sister. Observing the interaction between the mother and her daughter, and the children, Kiperina smiles, but soon a question arises in her thought. So I'm just wondering, I wonder what if there's like a time difference between how old is the daughter supposed to be, and if it matches Kiperina's age or not.
and these kids, they
This is my son, Anton. And besides him is his sister, Yulia. Don't let their innocent looks fool you. They're both little rascals. They inherited arsonist spirit, no doubt. Hello, miss. Hi. I see. It's nice to meet you both, but... Kiperina thinks carefully about how to phrase her next words without causing offense, but the little salamander in her pocket pays no attention to a matter of social etiquette. Hold on. I thought you said your husband croaked. But you got two little ones here after all that. I mean, how did that happen? Mr. Hansen, that's such a rude question. She looks at the woman anxiously, seeing her eyes widen in surprise before she bursts into laughter. Oh my goodness, it's my fault. You misunderstood. My husband was badly hurt in the attack, but he still found it hard to leave the house. But my arsonist is alive and well. I don't remember much of that night, just that I was rushing through the dorms looking for them, until I spotted Arsene lying in the snow. He said I was the one who stopped his bleeding, and I shouted so loudly, louder than they ever heard, for everyone to get him to the hospital. Looking back, I must say I'm quite impressed with myself. Oh, so that's the deal. Yeah, I got to admit I completely misunderstood. Hansan shakes his head, as if relief. After processing the detail, Kiperina allows herself to smile again.
That's wonderful.
So Arsene is alive. That's such very good news. Still alive, still able to see and speak to each other. There's nothing better. She shifts her gaze to the two little ones, watching Hansan with intense curiosity. Anton, Yulia, such a good names. It seems I was just worried for nothing. I thought... She still believes that the woman before her is trapped in the memories of the blizzard long ago. Perhaps she doesn't have the right to say it, but deep down, she understands. Life must go on. We must all keep looking forward. I've been searching for her ever since, and I still cry for her often. But I have a good life with us and with our children. We have to let ourselves find happiness again. She looks over to the two young children. Her expression deeps in both longing and joy. Even after Anton was born, I found myself worrying that maybe Dasha would hold it against me.
No, it's not like that.
You're such a good person, and I'm sure your daughter Dasha must also be a wonderful child. None of this is your fault. Dasha will not want you to be unhappy.
At least, if it were me.
I hope that those I care about, and those who care about me, would find happiness again. In that moment, Kiperina feels something stir in her heart. Yes, this may be wishful thinking, but I think those who are bound by love share their hearts forever, and those who love us hope for our happiness as well. I will always have a place for her in my heart, but there's room enough for others, for Arsene, for Anton, and for Yulia. Your heart can never be too full. It expands to fit new love. And I know she will love them as I do. Yep, we all would. Of course. The two children bounce over to her, and the woman pulls them into their arms, their expression matching in warmth and tenderness. I struggled with it for a long time, but in the end, my children helped me understand. It's the love we receive that gives us the strength to overcome our suffering. That's how we are able to move forward from tragedy, to find future without losing the past. She meets Kiperina's eyes, glistening teardrops illuminate from the sunlight pouring in from the windows. I don't know what happened to you, but perhaps you'll be willing to share it with us? For a moment, Kiperina feels as though she too is wrapped in their embrace. But the truth about the storm cannot be disclosed to outsiders, and so the truth had to remain with her. I am looking for a circus, the Uruyaya circus.
However,
It seems I come to the wrong place. They're not here. Wait, we know Ururos. Hmm? The two children scramble to pull up a crumpled poster from Anton's pocket. Look! This is... The familiar lettering on the poster leaves Kiperina on the edge of tears.
It's true. But why?
It really is a Israel Yaya. Because you're in the wrong place, lady. Look, it says the performance of a lifetime awaits you in the Kasha Dacia. See you there. The show is in Kasha, not here. We wanted to watch the show as well, but the postman said we won't make it in time. He said it's really, really far away. Let me see. Oh yes, I'm afraid it is, children. The woman takes her poster into her hand and shakes her head regretfully at the children. It says the performance starts at 7, but Kadara is over 200 kilometers away. We'll never make it in time. How about this? I asked the postman to keep an eye out for news about the circus, so we'll know when the next show is. I'll take you next time, okay? Fine. And that's a promise now, Mama. The two children nods obediently, but she can't help but feel the same disappointment she sees in their eyes.
Wait. Maybe.
She reaches into her pocket. Maybe I can take you there. To Urayaya. So how does this work? Do they have to do like hold hands or be like touching? Pain cuts like cold, jagged glass, and there's no easy way to soothe it. Avoid these obstacles at all costs. So where's our marble? Is this our marble? Oh, wait, so we can't touch the ice? This is how we're gonna do this one. So we go... Oh, we could get rid of the... Okay. So where are we gonna hit first anyway if we do... See if I go that way. Let me check if that's all we need. Oh no! Alright, I'll try that again. See that just that. Wait, oh. I think we could get rid of more stuff too. I'm just gonna see. Ah. Alright. Cowardice gives rise to doubt and hesitation, obstructing Kiperina's path forward. Remember the courage it took to reach the stars. Harness it, and cowardice will no longer stand in your way. So our ball is right. Wait. Wait. So that means we have to go to that first. So we'll see what do we want to hit. This way, go this way. Let's see how far we get anyway from this way. Aww. Alright, let's check it. So, this way. Let's see. They're gonna work this attempt. Alright. Turn. Okay, come on. Oh, we got it. Whew. Eight. The days after. Welcome, welcome, distinguished guests. I guarantee today's performance will exceed your wildest expectation. Moving with the crowd, Kiperina walks into the tent. Even now, she cannot quite determine if the thumping in her chest is from fear or excitement. However, all her doubts vanish as the performance starts. Now, please welcome our amazing death-defying virtual of the trapeze, Talia. Amidst the roaring cheer, a lithe young woman steps onto the tightrope. Wow. So I'm wondering if this in this version would this be funny if the one that's in the tightrope thing is actually their sister? Just like walking on air. Kiperina gazes upward, focusing on the figure suspended in the mid-air. It's a girl she has never seen before. All the circus members, both on stage and off, are people she never met before. This isn't her Aurora, yeah. Her last glimmer of hope falls away in oblivion. But strangely, somehow, her hearts continue to beat steadily and strongly. She's amazing. I think she might be even better than I was. The performance is breathtaking, lighting up the faces of the crowd. Even with everything unfamiliar, this is the Eternia she's been longing for. The one who she feared losing, but ultimately had to part with. Her home. I almost forgotten what it was like. This is what it feels to watch someone walk a tightrope. It feels as though this other person had taken her place, flying into the sky towards the great unknown, flying to the furthest reach of the universe. Then she looks up to the canopy that once covered the sky and created a small world for her, cramped but cozy. But now, it no longer covers her. It was torn away in the storm. This canopy is not the same. It was different from the one she once knew.
So that's what it's like
I understand now. It is only when gazing into the universe that one can truly comprehend their own significance. And it is only by looking back at the past and then into the future, immersed this invisible river of time, that one can truly know
I see.
this moment right now. There will never be another moment like this. The resolve that once stirred in her heart now finds firm ground as she stands more certain than ever. The past has given her the courage to move forward, and the future still holds hope worth reaching for. There is no reason to stop moving forward. Thank you everyone for gracing us with your patronage and your applaud. What a wonderful audience. Today's show has come Today's show has come at last to its conclusion. I know it might sound surprising, but this is actually my first time at the circus. I was even more exciting than I ever imagined. Thank you for bringing us here. The woman sitting beside her turns to face her, but her words trail off midway. A moment later, she gives her a knowing look. You're leaving, aren't you?
Yes.
Waves of applaud are still crashing around her, but Kiperina has already risen from her seat. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out her last teleportation disc. Miss Larissa, Anton,
I
Yulia.
think I should go.
Wait, so how? So I know this is 200 kilometers from where they were teleported to. So how are they getting home? I guess this is not gonna be a long trip for them if Kiperina like ports out herself. Sometimes more profound and unavoidable, pain will arise. Learn to live alongside it, for your path forward may lie within. So we have a mark right there. Wait, that means we can take a shortcut then. Yeah. So I could either take the long way, but let's take the shortcut. Oh yeah, I have to clear more stuff then. Alright, let's see. That's gonna be enough. I think that's... I'll just do this one just in case. Alright, let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We did it, right? Oh, there's more? So where are we now? Oh, this... Oh, it's... Oh, okay. Is it just words? I've been thinking that if you don't have anywhere to stay for now, maybe you could live with us for a while. But it seems you don't need that now. I wish you nothing but the good luck, Larissa. Maybe I could visit you from time to time in the future, if that's alright with you. Of course, child. You'll always be welcome here. Bye-bye, big sis. Is there any other fairies in your family? What makes you think I'm a fairy? Because you have the kind of magic that whisks us away in a flash. Oh, I can't use magic, Julia. I'm just an ordinary person. There are no fairies where I'm going. But there's a lot of nice people. Do you have to go to school when... Wait. Do you have to go to school when you get back? Yes, I still have a lot to learn. I hate going to class. It's boring. Mama tells me if I study hard, I have a bright future. But I don't know what I want to do in the future. Do you? I want to do whatever I'm able to. As much as I can. I guess we both have to figure it out while we're in class. You're right. Let's take our time and think it over. What's with the rush? What's with the rush? There's still time before the banquet starts. I think it's time to get moving. After handing in the teleportist report, I'll have time to finish reading the Plus training manual. If Miss Wisong has the time, I also like to continue learning about ley lines. Or I can look over my notes and get back to my physical training. There's so much more for me to do. Looks like the guys don't need to worry about you anymore. Huh? What do you mean? Hey, forget I said anything. Let's move. I was just thinking about heading out too. Sure. Let's go. The grand hall is filled to bursting with guests, some dressed in formal attire, while others are still in uniform or researcher coats that seem just a little out of place. Among the crowd, Pointer is one of them. Miss Pointer, I must say, we're quite fascinated by your team's research. Will we have the chance to meet the other team members? Maybe Miss Hesabeth or your young astronaut? Of course, I'll be more than happy to introduce them to you. However, first, I was asked by Mr. Ludwig to inquire whether your branch would be willing to work with our team in Paseki on the distribution and utilization of iridium. Perhaps we could find the time to discuss those details first? Despite her robotic nature, Pointer always seems more adept at social responsibility. Not far off, Hezabeth is savoring the last bite of her dessert. The lasasi souffle should be eaten immediately after it's baked. The Foundation chef certainly knows what they're doing. I'm more interested in the lamb chops over there. Come on, bring us another plate.
Not the best choice.
I don't want to stuff myself on that. I'd rather try the steak tartare next. Another pointless sibling distributes scenes posed to launch before they're interrupted by arrival of a friend. Registration's all done? Did everything go smoothly? Voyager smiles and nods in reply.
It does seem that.
It just seemed that we're just waiting on one last person. Has Miss Kiperina not arrived? That's unusual. Well, I get the feeling she finds these sort of gatherings a bit dull, no? I have no objection if she wants to enjoy life and not be tied down to endless and useless conversation. Not like anyone's taking attendance today. Her tone remains light, but the young man frowns nevertheless. Maybe we shouldn't have let her... Before he can finish speaking, she sees Voyager's eyes brightened. Recalling her assigned tasks, the young man promptly follows.
Voyager.
Here you are. There are so many people. I was afraid I'd never find you.
And Mr. Mende.
Hello. Sorry for being late. No need to apologize. I just can't remember you ever being late for anything before. Was there something keeping you? When Larissa heard I was going to a banquet, she insisted on helping me with my outfit. I tried on a few things, but none of them felt quite right. I finally settled on my regular outfit. That's why I'm a little late, but Larissa still helped me with my braids. How does it look? It's beautiful, Alia. It sounds like you made some fine friends recently. Kiperina's warm grind dispels the last of Nande's worries, and Voyager begins to hum a cheerful melody. A bouquet of white flowers is presented to Kiperina. was a subtle fragrance that crested the tip of her nose.
This is
For me? A particular unspoken understanding allows Kiperina to quickly grasp what her friend is trying to say.
thank you.
Thank you, Voyager. So these are the flowers you found along your journey. They're so pretty. I'm happy to hear you. I'm happy to hear you also had fun on your travels. After tucking away the exotic flowers, Kiperina looks around the hall. Who are you looking for, Miss Winsong, or perhaps Hesabeth?
Just a while ago.
I ran into Miss Winsong. She told me she'd like to introduce you to August, Nina, Potra, and some other of her students. Yet, as they scan the room, there's no sign of Winsong. I do recall Madame Lucy asking around for her, so you'll probably have to wait a while. As for Miss Hesabeth, she's right over there. She follows She follows his hand to the familiar figure, pursuing the snacks nearby. She's obviously noticed her, yet after a quick glance, she heads towards the exit. It's a clear signal to follow her. Kiperina matches her speed and exits the room. They proceed down the corridor, moving ahead until they're all alone, and the noise of the crowd is barely audible. The air here is so much fresher, though it is a little cool. It's still winter, but after the storm, it feels warmer than before. Might just be my senses playing tricks on me, though. I suppose I have to check the data when we get back.
Maybe.
Maybe I should have dressed more formally. I didn't think the banquet would be this big.
No worries.
This banquet isn't just for us, anyway.
In fact,
After the last storm, the place was in utter disarray, but it was Madame Lucy who finally helped put things back in order. Things weren't much better here at the Foundation. With the storm back for another round, everyone is in need for some good news. Then they'll finally be able to stop working and, if even possible, relax. Cause if we can finally do that, if we can smile again, there's no matter how much damage the storm does, we'll one day make a molehill out of this mountain.
are you saying that?
That we're the good news and this party is for everyone else? We're just excuses for everyone else to have fun. There's no guarantee to this world at all. N'est-ce pas?
That's wonderful.
Who would have thought our hard work would pay off so well? Looks like it's good news for me as well. You changed a little since I last saw you, no? Hesabeth looks at the girl intuitively and looks like a look of a scientist pleased at her dissection.
In fact,
I got another tidbit of news. It's still under wrap, but I imagine the Foundation will release it soon enough. Either way, it's something I had no doubt you'd be interested in. She leans over to Kiperina, her voice dropping to a whisper.
they found someone who can brave the storm.
Kiperina's mind goes blank for a moment as she takes a moment to consider the significance of the statement.
Are you saying that?
Apparently, she's a student at the SPDM. She's to be named the Timekeeper and will take on the responsibility of solving the mystery of the storm. Now, the Foundation may refuse to lend us this individual, but I'm certain we will obtain further data from this Timekeeper. So we now have a secret weapon. We made another stride in unraveling the damned storm puzzle. Hesabeth's slits pupil twitches with excitement. With Kiperina feels a wave of emotion rise within her.
This is real. Really good news.
She has already come to terms with the fact that her efforts, past and future, may not bear immediate root fruits. But then maybe she has been too pessimistic. It appears a spark of hope has now been extinguished, has been ignited. Huh. What's that you got there? The flowery bouquet she retrieves from Voyager earlier pokes out into view.
Oh,
Voyager gave me these flowers as she picked up on her journey here. I feel like I've seen them before, but I don't really know what they're called. What's wrong? Hesabeth looks perplexed. These are lilacs. You sure she picked them? Because wild lilacs only bloom in the spring. Who bizarre. She laughs suddenly. I must be losing my mind. Too busy to even remember the time of the year. Kiperina laughs along.
yes, we see a bit.
Look.
Spring is here already.
And that's the end of Kiperina's story. Oh, I guess there's more. Wait, what? Wait. Oh. Let's see. Collecting. Was there anything we missed? Okay, what's this thing? In spring, even the final frost. Okay, so where's our ball? Wait, so how many times can we... If I look... I get rid of these two. Get rid of this one just in case. Let's see how we do. What the? Wait, what? Hmm. Is that gonna work or is that gonna mess up something? Let's see. Alright, so that's why they give us 99. see how to get up there. Okay. I'll get rid of these things. Yes, let's get rid of these things too. I'm BSG too. Let's get rid of these things too. I might have to. Oh, I might have to get rid of those things, since that might be in the way. I didn't realize I have to come back up here too. So we got an ad break coming up. Get these out of the way. Is that all? Oh, so I thought, okay, so the ad's not going on. So yeah, I'm not sure if it was in a different time or so. So yeah, there is a possibility that, but like I'm not sure. They didn't say how long. You know where she was disappearing, because I know when she was a baby, is probably like when she was like maybe not even a year old. So if we like found out what the time difference was from how old that she thinks that the daughter is, it may be the same thing as what Kiperina's age is. Because as I said, it could the missing daughter could be Kiperina, but we're not positive yet because their eye colors are the same as the other kids. But like also, it could be another like timeline, because as you said, so if you saw the Charilalia circus was like whole different, as she said, it's a whole different cast and people. So but the good thing is like how they were able to come up with where she could visit them if possible. So that's kind of cool, or that's kind of neat. Yeah, because like the part where it's like we find her. I think the first stage was where Kozlov found Kiperina in the snow, and it's almost like the same snowstorm as where like it was stage 5 or 6, where we found where the guy brought the daughter to between the two hills. So we never know, like if there's a slight chance that it could be their daughter. Alright, let's see what else we could do. I think that's all for... We did the survey.
Lucy invited us to host a late-night show for La Paz Radio. We're calling it Fun Facts About Our King.
Alright, so thanks everyone for coming out for today's Reverse 1999 stream. We did finish Kiperina's story. After the 30 polls, we didn't get Kiperina, so we'll see how if we get any more polls before the Assassin's Creed collab comes out around, I think, August 7.